This is a really interesting question. Why is it that Viv Richards, regarded as so many people think of the best batter they've ever seen, he finished up with a test average just over 50. It was 50.1 or something like that. Why wasn't it higher? The very first ever game of cricket I went to live at the SCG, I saw Viv get 100 in the summer of 1984-85 in a one-day against Australia. And he was, I got the tail end of his career, and he was one of my favourites as well. Obviously one of the greatest players of all time. I can think of two reasons. One, he was probably averaging more like 53, 54 when he was a little bit younger. He finished up not far shy of 40. And the last 2 or 3 years, his average did dip a little bit. So I think if he'd retired when he was, 36, then his average might have been more like 54, which is, 50 is fantastic. 54, even better. It really doesn't get a whole lot higher than that. And the second point, and I'm trying to make a nuanced point here, which is hard on social media. As much as I love Viv, I think his reputation has just soared and soared and soared so much that it's almost impossible for him to be as good as his absolutely fantastic reputation was. He's almost as good as it, but I just think it's sort of the fashionable thing to just go to the absolute heights with him. And, I think an average of about 54, 55 towards his mid-late 30s is a pretty fair representation of him as one of the best batters of all time. The notion that he is unquestionably right up the top, apart from Bradman, as the very, very best, I think there are plenty of others that could be in that bracket as well. I think his swagger, the fact that he didn't wear a helmet, his charisma and his aggression, which were all box office, ever so slightly, and as I said, I'm trying to make a nuanced point here, ever so slightly have inflated his reputation, but still one of the greatest players of all time.